Let's get ready to eat!
It is time for the ultimate breakfast challenge, and today's heavyweight,
Boma.
That was pretty good.
That was
we
good.
We nailed it.
So the vibes and decor in Boma are very African inspired. It's as if you've stumbled kind of like into an African village, and you can see these little rooftops above the buffet stations. But in a more elevated way, obviously, because we're sitting in a restaurant. It's not loud at all. Pretty wide open spaces, kid-friendly for the most part. And overall, just kind of a nice, relaxing, almost like you're on a safari buffet.
We're sat.
We have been sat at Boma. This is actually my first time. I've been to Boma before. This is my first time at breakfast. It's very exciting. You know, and we both dressed up for the occasion.
A little bit of cheetah print.
And I didn't have cheetah print. So I said, animals. So we are going to get some Boma morning cocktails, which we'll talk about in a second. Everything to the test. But our amazing waitress did tell us that first things first, they always start off with a variety of juices. And because she said she knows we love pog juice so much, she left us the entire canister?
No.
That's not what it's called. When Emma Googled it, it just says, it's carafe. Okay. She Googled it and said juice jar. Alright, so we got the juice jar.
Alrighty, champs. We are starting the day off in the way that we think you should. We're grabbing a little bit of alcohol.
But first, let's talk about liquor.
Let's talk about liquor. That sounds horrible. First, we're going to start with the striped and spiked cold brew. This is what I got. It's Joffrey's Coffee Cold Brew with whipped cream, and it has an entire zebra dome on top. So we're really indulging this evening, morning, day.
It's 9:30.
I'm not awake yet.
And I got the African Rum Runner, which is a little beachy for 9:30 in the morning, but I'll take it. The African Rum Runner is a refreshing combination of Star African rum and banana liqueur with orange, pomegranate, and pineapple juices. So not quite hog juice, but that's okay. Before we even drink the drinks, I just want to be honest. We do have plates of food here because we were doing stuff for the sites and
You know how we are.
You know, but I can't stop eating these
I've
tater tots.
already finished my tater tots. I already cleaned the tater tots off my plate.
They're African tots, is what the sign says, and I think you're right.
I think it's the spice blend that they use on the harambe corn, and oh my goodness,
it is next
definitely
level.
Going back. Okay, so mine's kind of a two-parter. We're gonna try the drink, and then we're also gonna have some dessert. This is really good.
Is it?
Yeah, this is the first sip I've had. Sometimes we'll kind of sip on them before we start just to get our thoughts together. I'm choking. It's the tater tot. This is really, really nice. It's definitely a coffee-forward flavor. If you're someone who likes a sweeter coffee, this is not probably going to be as sweet as you want it to be. I also think it's fairly liquor-forward. I can taste that there's alcohol in it. Typically with drinks like this, you don't really expect to taste it. I think that you can, but I like it. It's on the sweeter side of things. And zebra dome. Cheers.
I thought you were going to put
No, that's where the sweetness comes in.
Yeah.
I love a zebra dome. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially, it's like a chocolate mousse with white chocolate over top, drizzled with more chocolate. And technically there's like a kind of shortbread bottom. It's kind of soaked through because it's been in a drink for so long, but it's so sweet. It's so flavorful and just melty.
That's what keeps its formation, because the hard chocolate on top,
yeah,
the casing, I love
absolutely delicious. And you can just buy these. If you don't want a whole drink with it, you can get a pack of 4 over at the Mara, and I highly recommend it.
African Rum Runner. Other than wanting to lay by the pool, the other reason I think this is a fun beach drink is because typically beach drinks tend to hide their alcohol. And I would be very careful with this because I was talking to our very sweet waitress, and she was like, yeah, it's pretty strong, and I can't taste any alcohol. So either there's not a lot of alcohol in here yet, or it's just very hidden with a really nice combination of juices. I'm not a huge citrus person, but that's why I love pineapple, because pineapple kind of cuts through the citrus of the orange a lot, which I appreciate. But a solid beachy African drink, and we'll see you guys at the beach. Be careful with this one. This one might get you. Sneak up on you. And this is plate number 1 and 2 for me. What'd you get?
Apparently nothing.
Just kidding. These are our plates. So starting with yours.
All right, let's start off. So I got grilled tomatoes. I forget what this was, but I think it's like grits. It's like a cornmeal.
Yeah.
It's like cornmeal. This is the tomato African stew, which I absolutely love. We got carved ham. I had to, of course, get a Simba and a Mickey waffle. And then I got the fruit with avocado and
Wait a minute, girl. I think that's Nala.
It's Nala, but technically the sign says Simba. Nala and Mickey waffle. Technically the sign said Simba, but I do think I agree. I think it looks like Nala.
Yeah.
And then I also got the grapefruit and then guava and avocado salad, as well as the mixed, they called it a mixed berry salad.
Yeah, it's like ancient seed berry salad.
Yes, so that's where I'm starting. There's a lot. I also did have tater tots just for posterity. I've eaten all of them.
Then we move over to my plate, which I also got the ancient seed berry salad. I also got the carved ham with the Boma mustard, which they said.
I got the Boma mustard as well.
Yeah,
but I was scared. So
they.
I just did a little.
Well, oh no, I put it all over. They said the Boma mustard was more of like a sweet teriyaki blend, and it wasn't super spicy, so I thought I didn't want to burn my mouth with spice before, at 9:30 in the morning. And then I continued to go savory, got some charred asparagus, because it's important to have a little green on your plate. I got the African deviled eggs, and as well as, because you had your Mickey waffles, I saw the chocolate chip.
I will say this, as you're saying you saw your chocolate chip pancakes. We were filming the full thing, the full spread as we do. And as we both got to this part of the bar, of the buffet, he gasped aloud and went, chocolate chip pancakes?
I'm in. So we got some chocolate chip pancakes as well. And again, for posterity, I did have tater tots and I already ate them all.
We ate all the tater tots.
The African tots are so good.
Normally we'll snack as we talk, and then you can see a handful of what's left. We couldn't control ourselves, so we'll show you some more
We'll
later.
get more. And stew.
I love this thing. This is one of my favorite things every time I'm here. I've only been here a handful of times, but this is a staple. It is just so fresh. It's tomatoey. It's really nice and acidic with just the right amount of Disney spice. So it's not hot. It just adds a lot of flavor. The onions are really well cooked, and I absolutely love it. I think it's just a great hearty vegetable to start your day, but it's really flavorful and still exciting. What are you starting with?
I am starting with the ham, with the Boma mustard, because I know typically I'm not a huge ham person. I'm a turkey over ham person, but because of breakfast, it does make sense. I don't know why ham makes more sense.
I love ham.
Ham is more of a breakfast food, like breakfast meat, in my opinion.
Mine's really good.
Oh, okay.
I really love ham.
Oh, I was like 10 people behind you.
Okay. So then it's
It's probably still fresh. But I think I'm a huge sauce person. I'm a huge dipper person. I think that the Boma mustard, kind of make or breaks this, in my opinion. Trying the ham without, it just tastes like ham. There's nothing specialty about it. It is a nice,
a nice fatty piece of meat.
fatty piece of meat. It is. It's not like insanely seasoned. It's over. It's like open flame kind of situation in the back, which is really cool.
It's definitely a vessel.
It's a vessel. It is a vessel for the Boma mustard. They have a couple other options as well. The Boma mustard is more like a sweet teriyaki. I think it completely elevates the ham, and I wouldn't do the ham without it. And rounding out my savory breakfast morning, now the asparagus, again, it's seasoned well.
Okay, this is the pap. This is cornmeal, and I think it reminds me of grits. We're gonna find out if that's accurate. It definitely does remind me of grits. It kind of has that. It's a little bit smoother than grits. It's not quite as grainy or textural, but I really like it. I think this definitely needs some the southern person in me needs some butter and cheese and salt in it, but you can easily dress this up. I think it's a nice just kind of addition to the meal. But they also have 2 different types of oatmeal as well, if this is not interesting to you. But if you like grits, I definitely think you should try it. I love grits, but give me some butter and cheese and it'll be perfect.
I just want to touch on the oat grilled asparagus. It's asparagus. It's seasoned well. It's crispy. But be aware, because it's a buffet and it's under heat lamps, mine, unfortunately, and we got ours pretty, we came here, we sat down, had our drinks, started eating. They're pretty cold, which is a bummer. But it's a nice little green for your plate.
Yeah.
That's all.
Grilled tomato. It's actually really good. I kind of didn't expect a lot. The tomatoes looked almost watery, but it actually is just really nice and juicy, flavorful. The char is actually super flavorful as well. It adds like a nice smokiness, and it's seasoned on top with, I think, more of those African spices. I really love this. If you know that you're not a fan of like more juicy tomatoes, if you want more flavor, it's not going to be the most fresh thing you've ever had, but again, a good vegetable, and I really like the spices that they've added.
Deviled eggs with smoked salmon, and I love the. You can already tell there's going to be some nice seasoning on there because it's lightly powdered on top. Let's get it. It's good. I am not a crazy fan of salmon in general.
Is it really apparent?
It's a little fishy. It is a little fishy. Now, I love seafood. I don't love fishy tasting seafood. I know that sounds...
I understand exactly what you mean.
Right. I love shrimp. I love like shellfish, but...
It's making me think of a really oily box.
Yes. Yep, exactly. Not bad if you like salmon, go for it. But if you like a traditional deviled eggs, just a little bit different. Not for me.
Mickey waffle.
Solid.
I'll do a really big bite.
All right, well, do me then. Chocolate chip pancake. I appreciated that you can tell that there's a lot of chocolate in there. However, I'm such a complainer today.
I was about to say, what is going on?
It's only in the middle. Can I have chocolate chips all over my pancake? It's so good though.
Yeah, the Mickey waffle was crazy.
The pancake, it's light, it's fluffy, it's sugary, and it's just the right amount of chocolatey. Yeah, so it's not cooked. It's not cooked through. As you can see, the chocolate chips aren't they didn't make the pancake batter. Then they put the chocolate chips and they stirred it and made the pancakes. They basically made the pancake and then put the chocolate chips on top, but still pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Mickey waffle. I've now eaten both of his ears. He cannot hear you. Don't speak to him anymore. He can't hear it. This is so good though. I love a normal Mickey waffle. This one is just crispy enough, but it's still really fluffy on the inside, and it's also really nice. It's subtle, it's sweet. I think you can't go wrong with Mickey waffles. Just my opinion. It's not going to be the best waffle you ever had in your life, but it's kind of nostalgic and delicious.
You say something about me?
You can't hear me anyways. I was going to say, do you want to try the berry salad together? Cheers.
Cheers. There's some quinoa. There's some feta cheese. There's some spinach. There's some...
Is that a pumpkin seed? I really like it. I think texturally it's really interesting.
Uh-huh.
I would like one thing that's crunchy. I think the pumpkin seeds have been in here a little too long, but the fruit is super fresh, and I think the feta kind of adds like a really nice
savory to it.
Savoriness to the sweet berries.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, all in all, it's an interesting combination of flavors. It has a deep flavor profile. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's deep. It is juicy, but it's not fresh. It's unique. I would call it a very unique berry salad.
There you go. I like it. I would learn to make this at home. Little fruit, papaya, avocado, grapefruit. That's weird.
What?
It's weird.
Why?
It's just very, I don't know what I expected, but the papaya, I think the main issue is the papaya is not super fresh.
Okay.
It's a little bit watery. And mixing that with like a really soft mashed avocado is just interesting texturally.
Yeah. And now we have our second plate. And the second plate is usually our most chaotic plate.
We call this Act 2.
The yaya.
The yaya edition.
The reason it's always so chaotic is because we always get what we want for the first dish, and then the second dish is always
This is really weird.
Let's try this. Or remember all the things remember the thing we really liked last time? Let's get whole bowls of them.
I really like that idea.
Okay, starting over here. First thing I wanted to grab was something Boma specific, which is the turkey babodi. Turkey babodi is a South African dish with turkey, mushrooms, and egg. Then I went over to the pastries because I wanted something sweet, and I got a croissant, one of their cinnamon rolls, and a sticky bun. I did add the vanilla sauce on top because YOLO, and vanilla sauce is one of my favorites. Then we both actually we saw it, we're like, wait a minute, there's something to this. This is it. We got these scrambled eggs. It's with goat cheese and chives, and I think the only way to do scrambled eggs is with some sort of cheese.
I totally agree. We both stopped in our tracks, backpedaled, and picked up the spoon at the same time.
We felt the same way about chocolate chip pancakes that we did eggs with goat cheese. Yeah. Oh, and I got a bowl of tater tots. All right. What are you doing?
For the most, I actually did get more tater tots. However, I've eaten almost all of them. I also got more ham, the same eggs. I got more of the tomato stew, and then I also got the cranberry orange bread pudding, which I did not add sauce to because I was scared it would mix with my eggs. Okay, I'm a woman. My food can't touch like that. Ignore the rest of the plate. I can't have vanilla sauce in the eggs. And then I also got the mixed berry fruit parfait. I mean, if you're insisting.
It's so good, and it's fried so well that not only is it seasoned well, but it's fried so well that
Crunchy.
it's crunchy. It just like falls apart. Oh. Okay.
I need these apart.
Me too.
They're so good.
Okay, wait. You can find a lot of these cocktails at Dawa bar in Africa, in Animal Kingdom in Africa. I would go to Dawa every day and get a beverage and some African tots.
That would be crazy.
And just like go on Gorilla Falls.
Town. Yeah.
And just enjoy my time.
That's really nice. You know that, do you know the store, the Spice and Tea Exchange in Disney Springs?
Yeah.
They have the African corn blend there. So fun
you're
fact,
saying, we
can make it ourselves.
I'll see you at Publix.
Okay, do you want to try the eggs together since we literally quite stopped in our tracks? Ready?
It's a lot of eggs. Cheers.
Well, I was going to cheers, but it's messy. I don't know about you, but I got a lot of goat cheese.
It's a lot. Okay.
It's a lot of goat cheese.
I don't want to complain again.
Oh, I liked it.
Oh, you liked it?
Yeah, I love goat cheese though. I think it is so nice and creamy. I think it mixes really well, makes the eggs fluffier.
Yes.
But if you are not down for that, I'm trying to think of how to describe it.
It's a pungent goat cheese flavor.
It's a very pungent flavor. If you're not down for that pungent flavor, definitely just go with the normal scrambled eggs or skip eggs all together.
Yep.
I actually encourage that.
While we're on the egg train, might as well hop on the babodi train. You definitely get a lot of those African spices. It's definitely on the sweeter side as well. Definitely a fun variation on almost like a quiche. I really like. I really love a good quiche. It is missing that kind of crust on the bottom of a quiche that I really like, but overall, just a fun variation of a quiche. And I would absolutely get this again.
Okay, next I'm gonna try the cranberry bread pudding. It's cranberry and orange. I think one thing that Disney does ridiculously well is a bread pudding.
Yeah.
And this is no exception. The orange is like front and center of your palate.
What was that?
Orange.
I wanted you to say it the other way.
Oh, the orange. The flavor profile is so in your face though. It is nice. It's almost like, it's so sweet. It's not quite acidic, but the cranberries themselves are nice and chewy, but the bread is so soft and flavorful. The cinnamon on top really ties everything together. Super, super sweet. I think this would be insane with the vanilla sauce on it. I love this, and I used to think I didn't like bread pudding, but now I'm kind of obsessed with bread pudding. So this is really nice, and highly recommend you try it out, especially if you love that kind of sweet orange flavor.
Sticky bun. I'm not eating this with my hands just because this is messy. And I covered it in vanilla sauce, which it's not the pecans though. Literally take the pecans off. The pecans add nothing to this.
I took pecans off. We'll see if it's actually good. I don't know about this guy. That's so good.
It's so much sugar. Yeah, so if you're excited about cinnamon rolls but you don't like pecans, just literally take them off.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So good.
While we're on the cinnamon roll train, here's one of their actual things that they advertise as a cinnamon roll that's not a sticky bun. Like, it's fine, but I'm like immediately let down because I just had the sticky bun.
Yeah.
It's like not worth it. The cinnamon roll itself has very little icing on it. It's almost a little dry. I mean, if you're looking for that cinnamon roll vibe, go for the sticky bun and just take off the pecans.
Okay, I think the only thing we've not tried is the parfait. I need to start licking my spoon before I'm filming. Cheers. So this is just a normal fruit parfait, but I really like it. This is exactly what I wanted. It's creamy, but the granola is actually surprisingly I wouldn't necessarily say fresh, but I would say super flavorful. It's nice and crunchy, and the cranberries in it add a really interesting kind of chewy textural element. I like that. Just normal yogurt parfait, but that's what I wanted, and it served. It really was giving normal yogurt parfait. I wanted that.
Did that?
I'm so full. I've had probably half my body weight in tater tots.
We had probably one too many tater tots.
A lot of tater tots, but I think worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And for my first experience as a Boma breakfaster, yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the better breakfast offerings I've had on property, just because there were more offerings. There were the kid stuff, but it wasn't just the eggs and the bacon. Like, you had some really interesting things that were in theme with where we're at, which is Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, I really love this spot. I think their in-theme things are so delicious, and if there's something that your kiddos are not interested in but you are, there is plenty for everyone. There's so much variety, and I know I got a lot of my classic favorites, and I got a lot of some more adventurous favorites. So if you like to kind of mix and match, I think that this is a great spot for that.
As far as vibes went, I think it's super kid friendly. Again, when I say kid friendly, I mean the environment is kid friendly. There are definitely some adventurous things that might not be kid friendly food wise, but as far as being in the space, it wasn't super loud. I didn't feel like
it was nice and chatty, but it wasn't loud.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to scream in order to be heard or to hear you.
As far as price goes on this one, it is $37 for adults and $22, I believe, for kids. I think that the food itself is so worth it.
Yep.
I liked our cocktails. I probably would not overly recommend it. If you want a nice drink, I think they were good options.
Yeah.
But I think with the pog juice, the water, any soda that you want, plus the great food, the $38 is very much worth it.
Yeah. 37. But I would say this in the Steakhouse 71 video, which I don't know if it's out yet. But I would tell them the overall price. Tell what we paid for everything.
So overall, after tax, before tip, it was $113 for both of us. I personally don't think the $113 is worth it because I didn't love our drinks enough to recommend it. I think the food itself, it would have been $78 for the two of us. I think as much food as we ate, I think worth it.
Yeah, and I will be on the other side of that scale because recently coming from a different breakfast review that was almost the exact same price, it was about $110, and I did not think it was worth it because the food was so traditional and I felt like I could get that food anywhere. I actually, because this was so specific to Disney and Animal Kingdom Lodge, I actually do think it was worth it as an experience you could only get here. Which I think is important when you're comparing it to other breakfast places. Can I go to this breakfast place, pay $110, but can I also get that same experience somewhere else? Probably not as worth it. But because you can only get this experience here at Boma with the great food, some solid drinks, some great, just honestly, decor and vibes, I actually do think this is worth it. I would absolutely do this again. I don't know if I would get the alcoholic beverages next time.
I think the food itself, absolutely worth it. I think the alcohol is what I would skip next time, but I definitely would come back.
For sure. It's time to answer the question.
Is it the best breakfast spot in Disney?
Okay.
This is hard because I have an answer.
Okay.
It is amazing. I would tell you to come here. I'm not going to say best breakfast spot though.
Yeah, I don't think this is I don't think this is it yet.
Yeah.
I think we've had a lot of great breakfast places, but I just don't think we've found the perfect one. While I do think it is definitely, I want to say even maybe potentially like top
I'd give it
5?
top 5 so
I'd
far,
say top
for
5,
sure.
but I don't know if we've found it yet.
So far, out of everything we've tried, I think Homecoming's still going to be my number one.
Yeah.
I'm not to say it can't be knocked from the top, but I think so far that's still reigning champ. But Boma's not far off.
Yeah, but I agree with Homecoming as my number one as well. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe.
Now go check out the full breakfast review for Steakhouse 71 up on the channel.
Bye.
I won't see you there.
Well, I'm
Sorry, he's there.